Hey there, Maria from Kindred Root and Earth Deva Oracle. I'm sitting out in my backyard doing some work, and I wanted to talk with you guys about my tree over here. I'm going to show her to you. She's right there. She is a really beautiful pink crabapple, and some might consider her a white crabapple because she's not dark pink, she's light pink, but she is stunning. In a couple of weeks she's gonna be just full of bloom and so fragrant and amazing, and I really love her. So since I've been back, which has been, I think, the beginning of November, I've been promising her every time I walk back here that I am going to emancipate her from this Oriental bittersweet vines that have been growing up into her probably the whole time I've been gone, and entwining in her branches and kind of just being kind of pushy and parasitic, and I don't know, it's pulling her down, and she doesn't like it, I don't like it, and you know, the bittersweet's just being real pushy. And she's really been asking me for my help. So I'm out here today, I'm cutting these vines out of her. And I find that it's kind of reflective in a way of what is going on in society. But I have to tell you a little backstory, of course, because I'm the queen of tangents. This isn't really a tangent, this is backstory, so this counts. So, years ago, probably 6-7 years ago, I was out here early in the morning, and really early, and I was taking a walk, just kind of grounding and communing with the Fae, and the trees, everything was completely covered in dew. It was still, mid-spring, so it was still chilly in the morning. Everything was completely covered in dew. It was really glistening and beautiful and magical. And I was out in the way back, even further. I don't know if you can see them. I've got 2 twin oak trees growing back there, and I call them the sisters. And they were laden with dew on their branches, and I decided to sample the dew. I call it dew dipping. And it's a really wonderful way of getting to know a tree or a plant and its energy and its message and its heart and its spirit, much like making a flower essence, but a lot less complicated, because you just drink the dew. And so I sampled the dew from my twin oak ladies and the sisters, and I didn't notice a whole lot. I'm like, okay, and maybe she doesn't want to talk to me today. And so I circled back around, and I came up my little path, and I saw my big, glorious, beautiful crabapple in full bloom, and she was also laden with dew. And I'm like, I'm totally sampling her. I'm gonna see what she wants to say to me. And I took some dew, and I was immediately just filled with the most giddy, fluttery, bubbly, effervescent, I'm not even saying that word right, whatever, you know what I mean, bubbly joy. And it was so powerful, and it was so amazing, and it just made me giggle, and I just giggled and giggled and giggled, and the whole rest of my walk, and it was just so powerful. I had such a strong connection with her joy, and just pure joy. And then it dawned on me, the message from the sisters, from the oaks, because it was so huge from the oaks, I couldn't feel it until I felt the counterpart. And it's not that the oaks were like the opposite of joy, it was just such a tremendous and profound grounding and hugeness, just like it was almost too big to even be able to acknowledge until you felt something that was very different from it. So I love dew dipping. I recommend it highly whenever you're out and about. But to come back to my joyful, beautiful crabapple, she's really been asking for my help. And I really love her, and I feel like it's very reflective. Okay, so I kind of started going there, and then I gave you the backstory about how she's joy, just the, personification, for lack of a better word, of just pure giddy joy. And then she has all these vines kind of growing up and into her and pulling her down and weighting her down. And, you know, and how many times in your life have you just felt weighed down by, you know, just negative people, negative energies, negative just everything that's going on in the world, you know, and you just kind of feel like people are just trying to feed off of your joy. And it's okay to share joy. Sharing joy is much different than having someone come and like drain it off of you. And that is not okay. And I guess what I'm learning today, or what she's trying to show me today, is that we don't have to allow those kind of parasitic connections in our lives. You know, if there are people in institutions and whatnot in our lives that are tapping into your soul, into your joy, into your energy, into your purpose, and they are tapping into that and they're feeding and taking from you, it is absolutely okay to cut that off. And you need to. And we don't go at it from an angry place, because, you know, we have to have some compassion too. I'm looking at this Oriental bittersweet, you know, and it's just what it does. It climbs up stuff and it grabs on and it like makes this huge mess. But you know, it also has really nice berries in the fall, and you know, the birds love those berries. So I understand it has a purpose and it has a right to live, but it doesn't have a right to suck the energy off of another being. It can grow up a fence. It can grow someplace else. It can wind around itself and make a massive whatever. It doesn't have to sap the energy and parasite the energy off of my beautiful crabapple tree or anything else. And we have that same right to set that boundary as well. I'm just helping my crabapple tree set that boundary, because she asked me for help, and I'm going to do it. So today I'm out here with my snippers, and I am lovingly and compassionately cutting down the Oriental bittersweet. It's gonna come back. I'm gonna snip it down again, but I'm just gonna keep setting that boundary that it's not okay for it to feed off of my beautiful tree. Okay? And we can do that with people and institutions and whatever in our lives that's feeding off of us. So I empower you to do that. And if you need help doing that, you know, you can contact me. I am always available to help in any way. And yeah, that's I think that's all I wanted to share about that. Okay? So be safe, be sovereign, be strong, be grounded, and know that your love and your joy is a gift, and it's yours to give. It's not okay for it to be taken. So give freely, set good boundaries, and never forget that you are not alone, and that you're important, and that this world needs our love and our connection to the earth even more now than ever. So don't stop feeling, don't stop connecting. Just set good boundaries so that the love goes where it has the highest and greatest good for yourself and for all of humankind and for the planet, because we need to love our earth. Okay, I love you guys, and thanks for listening to me again. And yeah, I'll talk with you again soon. Much love. Bye.